No. Hi, Naya.
If you're holding tickets for the house tour, you can head. I love that.
Red beating.
Is that good?
Oh, this one nice. This one nice.
I like that one. I like the mini one.
Konta.
The golden dress.
Yeah, you can see us, don't to see them. You don't see us, don't see them.
I got something to eat if you wish. Here, but come back
I have stickers for everybody. Make sure you put them on your shirt. Before your bus, you can go look at the farm out the door to your left.
Saira, choose করো. Sorry. আসার সময় তারপর নিয়ে নিও। এখন চুজ করে রাখো যখন করবো।
I did choose.
Oh, you already choose? ইনা choose করবে। Go choose.
Yeah, I haven't done.
You're not? You're shaking. Wait, ask your dad.
Oh, wow.
I'm not ready for it.
Sarah, you found anything? Oh.
You have to wear it.
근데 거다.
Where's the nine one? Come.
Let's go more now.
Tyra. Fast, jättebra. বসো ইনা এখন
You'll all be surprised. This isn't even the biggest group I've had today. We've been crammed in here. So this is kind of nice, a little bit smaller. Well, how are y'all doing? Good. Good. Well, hello, my name is Kaylee. I'll be your tour guide today. And welcome to the Amish Village. Today we'll be talking about the Amish here in Lancaster County. They can vary a little bit depending on location, so I always like to clarify we're talking about the Amish here in Lancaster. So, y'all ready to get into it?
Yep.
All right. So I always like to start off with a little background info on the Amish, who they are, where they came from, all that kind of stuff. So the Amish are mainly found in Indiana, Ohio, and of course here in Pennsylvania, because that's why you're here. But they can also be found in 32 different states in the United States, 4 different provinces in Canada, and somehow, some way, some Amish ended up in Bolivia. Don't know how they got there, but they did. So there's Amish people in Bolivia today. There are no Amish left in Europe at all whatsoever, though. They're all gone from Europe. And Lancaster County is very unique because there are so many Amish people here. Does anybody want to take a quick guess as to how many Amish people live in Lancaster County alone?
I know the answer already.
Okay, well, you can't say it if you know the answer. Don't say it. Anyone else? What do you think?
42.
Total? Oh, anyone else? Anybody else?
1,000.
More. One more guess. One more. Wait,
Million?
50,000 or 50? All right, so we like to say there's over 44,000 Amish that live here in Lancaster County. And we like to say over 44,000 because they're really into repopulation. They have like 7 to 10 kids in each family, so how many babies they're popping out all the time at this point, they could have a lot more Amish kids around. So, but I say over because the number is always growing so rapidly. So, yeah. And now you're probably wondering how they get here though, right? Because they didn't start here in Lancaster County. The Amish actually started way back during the Protestant Reformation in Europe. And at the time, the Catholic Church was the main church in Europe. They were kind of running the show. But there were lots of groups splitting off from the Catholic Church. One of these groups being the Mennonite Church. And so there was a Mennonite bishop whose name was Jacob Ammon. And Jacob Ammon didn't like the way the Mennonite Church was doing things. He decided that they were not being strict enough, that they didn't have enough rules, and he wanted them to shun people who didn't follow the rules. So he's like, you know what? I'll make my own church that shuns people. And so he did. And that's where the Amish began. And his big thing, for some reason, was shunning people. I don't know why. He was passionate, but it's okay. And so that's why he created the Amish church. And the Amish were very persecuted during their time in Europe, though, because of their beliefs about baptism. So the Amish are an Anabaptist Christian group, which just means that they believe in baptism later on in life, whereas most people at the time believed in christening or the baptism of babies. And so they're really persecuted. They're being chased after by these soldiers who have big mustaches and flashy buttons and big belt buckles, which doesn't matter now, but you'll see why later when that matters. But they're being chased after, taken from their homes and from their villages. It was such a messy, no fun situation. But there was this guy named William Penn, and William Penn obviously is the founder of Pennsylvania, and he invited over anybody who wanted religious freedom. So he invited over the Quakers, the Puritans, the Mennonites, and of course the Amish. And so the Amish hopped in a boat and sailed across the Atlantic Ocean, landed in Philadelphia, but decided that Philadelphia was a little too established. They wanted some open community. You're not allowed to want to practice really good community.
Sorry, bro. No, I heard.
So the biggest thing is like the baptism. So if you're baptized and you break the rules, it's like super, in their mind, this is like a super disgrace and like sin against God. And that's why they're like so intense about it, because they're like, you chose to go against God. That is unacceptable. And that's where like the big rule is.
There's no Supreme Court.
Yeah, there is. keep on coming, squeezing in, you gotta kind of squeeze, it gets kind of tight, and then the door is kind of short, my apologies. They were short, I guess, when they built this house, I don't know, but. This is not original. We bought this from an Amish family, yeah. So a lot of the things in here, some of the things, and this fridge would be propane powered, and a lot of Amish homes you will see with large white propane tanks outside of their homes. It's kind of like their telltale sign. Well, that and like the clothes hanging, but that's what they'll use to power a lot of their appliances inside. And then their lamps would be kerosene. We obviously put bulbs in them because we can. We're not Amish. But they would use kerosene lamps, but they're kind of dim, as you can see. And so a lot of Amish homes will have something like this. So this lamp has, where is it? Is it right there? It has a propane tank underneath it. And so that's how they would power this lamp. And then it's on wheels so they can move it about the house, wherever they need to move it, which I just love. I think that would be the most helpful thing ever to have in my home personally, but you know, I don't have one, so it's kind of sad, but it's okay. I like it though. So that's the propane lamp. And then that brings us, excuse me, divide the Red Sea, all the way over here to the beginning of the clothes. There's a lot of clothes to come though, don't worry. And so basically this is just an Amish woman's shawl. So it's just what she'd wear in the winter time because, you know, again, it gets really cold here. And then imagine a horse and buggy ride plus being already freezing. No good, no fun. So usually she'll either double this around herself or she'll put her kids in her lap and wrap them up in them. So that's what you do if you're a mom, right? You take care of your kiddos. So that's her shawl and that's why it's so big. And then this is just an Amish man's coat, which is a basic jacket you might see an Amish guy wearing. And as you can see here on his jacket, his buttons blend in very well. And that's due to the fact of the Prussian soldiers. So the Amish don't like buttons at all whatsoever. If they use buttons, they're going to make sure they blend in very well, but they'll try to avoid buttons if they can. And so the soldiers that persecuted them were known for their flashy buttons. And the Amish will not wear any buckles at all. They will only wear suspenders because it reminds them of the soldiers. And then also you'll never see an Amish man with a mustache. So some of you guys in here might have to shave because, you know, that would be absolutely unacceptable. But it's okay. And then we have the bishop's coat. And this is one of the few pieces of clothing that the Amish women will not make. They'll buy this instead. That's because they really honor and revere their bishops. They believe their bishops are chosen by God. And how they choose their bishops is they'll take 3 songbooks or hymnals, and they will put a piece of paper with the Bible verse on it in one hymnal, and then whichever man picks up the hymnal with the Bible verse in it is considered chosen by God. And he would be the bishop for the rest of, I know, it's wild. And he'd be the bishop for the rest of his life. He has no say in the matter, no choice, because, you know, like you're chosen by God, you kind of just got to do it, so that's their bishops, and it's insane. No say in the matter at all. And then we have their hats. So this is his summer hat. I'm trying to hold it up so people can see all around. And it's a little bit lighter weight, as you can see, but it'll still keep him shaded from the sun. So it's a nice little lightweight hat he might wear. And this is what I like to call his fancy hat. So his fancy hat's what he's going to wear for church and for weddings, funerals, and also in the wintertime, and it's a little more sturdy, so it's a bit easier for him. And then somebody's got to know what this is.
Duster. Dust beater.
Almost, basically, just about.
Yeah, well, my grandmother had one, and she would hang the quilts over it.
Yeah.
She would spack it and
Right.
block all the dust out of it.
Basically, except they use it for rugs.
Rug beater. Yeah.
Because they don't have vacuums, right? Like, how are they going to vacuum their floors? So they hang their rugs outside and they smack those suckers so there's no more dust and dirt left in them anymore. I always say, I feel like it'd be some good anger management, probably. Just really mad, go dust your rugs for days.
My grandmother used it on things other than rugs.
I know. I don't even joke about them. I'm 7 to 10.
Not that I was a bad kid. But,
I mean, if you, like with them, they have 7 to 10 kids. They might need it, let's be honest.
So it's his attitude adjuster?
Yeah. Attitude adjuster, that's good. Attitude adjuster.
yeah, old country woman attitude.
But no, that's not electric. It's gasoline.
Seeing little kiddos dressing just like their parents. So got these cutie little outfits that the boys might wear when they're little. And basically the Amish are really big on everybody dressing just the same, like very uniform. And the reasoning for that is they want everyone to be equal, right? So they don't want anyone to be better or worse than someone else by the way they dress, so they don't want that to happen. And they also don't want someone to like feel better, like, or more vain, or like attract too much attention to themselves by how they dress. And so they believe that by dressing the same, they're promoting more unity and like peace among the people pretty much. So they'll all dress just the same pretty much. Same from a young age. The boys will wear suspenders because remember, belts are so bad, right? So no belts for them. So they're gonna wear those suspenders even from a pretty young age. And this little boy's even got a little cap that he can wear when he plays outside, which I think is so cute. But I love their little outfits because they're just so tiny, like little men. But yeah, and also they will wear solid colors only, no patterns, because they believe patterns are too attention drawing and vain and that kind of stuff. So that's the little boys' outfits. And I'm gonna hang these up really quick right over here. Sorry. Just walk the whole journey over there. And then we have what the kids might wear to church on Sunday. So this is like their little fancy fits, as I like to call them. So it's what they might wear to church on Sunday. He's got his little vest. She's got her little apron. Again, dressing just like their parents. But it's just the cutest little fits I've ever seen in my life. Like, I love them. Precious. And then we have the man's fancy fit. So this is what he'd also wear to church on Sunday or to like nicer events. Of course, the suspenders always, because suspenders are the move, no belts. And then he's gonna have his coat. And if you look here on his coat, he has the hook and eye. And it's again to avoid those buttons as much as possible, if you can see. And so he's following all the church rules today with his suspenders and hook and eye. No buttons, no belts, all of the good stuff. And then we have what you might see the ladies wearing throughout the week. So pretty much everyone wears black over their solid color. And she'll wear an apron with this cape on top. And she'll use straight pins, or sometimes they'll just drape it over and tie it in the back. But it'll never be sewn into her clothing, only attached. But most of the time they will wear straight pins like these. Because a straight pin's a straight pin. No one can have better or worse straight pins than someone else. It's just a straight pin, right? So that's how she'll put that on. But then on Sundays, you might see some girls wearing white. And basically the biggest difference between these two girls is this girl's happily married and this girl's single, probably wants a husband, and so she's ready to mingle. Pretty much is the biggest difference there. And you know, a boy is single because he will not have a beard. He'll be clean shaven. So if you're in here and you're a married man with a clean shaven face, you might want to grow a beard because the Amish ladies are all going to come after you. So, you know, be careful. But yeah, that's how they do it. And they do not believe in wedding rings. One, because they don't wear any jewelry at all whatsoever. So, and they don't even wear zippers. So a ring would go against that. And also they believe their vow before God is enough. And so they don't need wedding rings. So they have to have those little things to kind of be their telltale signs. And then for the shoes, we have some boots you might see the guys wearing. These are a little bit nicer. But you also might wear some work boots or something like that, especially if he's a farmer boy. He might wear some work boots. And then for the ladies and the kids, you might see them wearing shoes just like you and me though. So they can wear pretty much any shoes we wear. They can wear Nike, they can wear, let's see what we have in the room. They can wear Hey Dudes. I think I've seen them wearing Hey Dudes. They can wear Vans. I know I've seen a little girl wearing Birkenstocks before. And apparently the Crocs are like really big with the kids right now, which I think is so cute. Like they wear their little outfits with their Crocs. It's like the most precious thing you'll ever see in your life, but it's cute. But as long as the shoes are brown, black, or gray, they can wear any shoes we buy. They'll go to the store just like we do. And they would probably do that with their clothes too, but you know, you can't really buy these clothes anywhere nowadays, so that's why they make them for themselves. And then here we have an Amish woman's bonnet. So this is what she'd wear for nicer events or whenever it's kind of chilly outside to keep her head warm. She can kind of wear this whenever she wants. She doesn't have to wear it all the time, but she does have to wear her prayer cap all the time, which is basically what she'll wear over her head as a reminder to always be in prayer. And she'll wear this always except when she's sleeping or bathing. And this one you can kind of see has a little heart shape. I don't know if y'all can see that little heart shape happening. And that's due to the fact that we are in Lancaster County and they believe Lancaster is the heart of the Amish. So the Amish ladies here will wear heart-shaped prayer caps. Whereas in other areas they might wear square ones or circular. But here we're special, so we get the little heart-shaped ones, which I think are so sweet. I think they're cute. So yeah, time for the next room. And it's a tight squeeze, guys, so just be ready.
Yeah, so the white caps are for whether they're married or single.
And
all of them?
the white cap, okay. You might see an Amish girl have. As you can see, it has no face or hair, which, you know, might, honestly, for me, that'd be kind of weird to wake up to in the middle of the night and be like, oh, there's no face, but hey, that's what they do. But she will not have a face or hair because they do not want it to resemble anyone, because they don't want it to like highlight anyone's differences or be idolized in a way. So absolutely no face or hair on their dolls, pretty much, which isn't for me, but that's okay. They can do that if they'd like to. And then over here we have the Hope Chest, which is what the girls will get when they turn 16 years old. And basically she'll just put like little dishes or things she wants for her future home. So that way whenever she gets married and has her first home, she has kind of like a little starter kit, which I always think is a sweet idea. I'm like, I would do that for my daughter, I think. It's just cute. But also when the boys turn 16, they'll get their horses and buggies. So you know, in America, we get our driver's license and when we turn 16, the boys will get their horses and buggies when they turn 16. Pretty much the same thing. And so he'll start helping out a little extra around with errands and that kind of stuff. And then 16 is just a big age in general. So also when they turn 16, they'll start going to youth group, which is basically just where they get together with other teenagers, like in their later teens. They'll play volleyball, have barbecues, play games, hang out. Basically, it's a bunch of like Amish churches getting together to do this, and that's usually where they're going to meet their future husband or wife, is in that youth group. And the last thing that happens when they turn 16 is Rumspringa, which some of you might have heard of before. And that's basically the time from 16 to about 18 or 19 years old, where the Amish will get to go and experience the English world like we do. So they'll go get their driver's license, maybe get a cell phone if they're feeling crazy. I've heard some like go wild and like start partying and stuff. But I also heard this one guy who employs some Amish kids, like they ordered swimsuits to his house, like went swimming in his pool. Basically, they just get to live like a normal person would for a little while, and then from there, they'll make the decision if they want to stay in the Amish church and be baptized, or if they'd like to leave the Amish church forever. So that's their Rumspringa. And we have one more room at the bottom of the stairs, so let's get to it. Sitting down.
Those cute outfits. Like plates and instruments.
Thank you.
It's like slowest part of the tour is the stairs always. There's one more room.
Okay.
Perfect.
Hello, hello.
How many people are short, I guess?
बहुत ज़्यादा crammed up है.
I know, it's a little short, my apologies. Some people have to find the holes, is what I like to say. Find the gaps. Everything here is a little short. It's because the house is so old. You know, like back in the day, people used to be a little bit shorter, so. Is that everyone?
Yeah.
All right. So this is what we call the summer kitchen. Does anybody want to take a guess as to why it's called the summer kitchen?
Because it's partially underground and it's cooler.
Right, exactly. He knows all the answers. And also, they cook down here in the summertime too, because they don't want to cook upstairs and make it hot upstairs when it's already hot enough upstairs. So yeah. And so this stove, they wouldn't put this necessarily in like the new Amish homes, but if there's an Amish home that's like been there a while, passed through the families, they still have a stove like this one. And so this is another wood burning stove. And so this is where they would make a lot of their jellies and like preserves for during the summertime and that kind of stuff. And that cast iron pot on its own is like 50 or 60 pounds. And so they have that pulley system right there, if you can see that. And that's what they would use to get that out, because they don't like boys in the summer kitchen. Because you know, in the summertime, boys are kind of gross and stinky, and so they usually kind of keep the boys out of the summer kitchen. So they need something to help them get that pot out, because the Amish ladies aren't going to the gym or anything, so they need a little help. And then this is a butter churner. And so honestly, the Amish will not often make butters for themselves anymore, just because they can buy it at the store. It's a little bit easier for them. They might like churn butter to sell because that makes a buck, but for the most part, you'll see the Amish at the store just like we do, because who wants to churn butter like this for hours and hours on end? Personally, I don't. So, and they don't either. So this is a little more old-fashioned, but it's still very neat. And the old order Amish might still use this, just in the same way the old order Amish might use a washboard still. Because there are Amish who do not use gas even if they're from a really strict group. But here they tend to be a little more reformed, so they would use something like this washer, which basically is powered by a lawnmower motor, and they would crank that sucker and get the washer going, and that's how they would power it. And then hang it out to dry, because they don't use dryers for some reason, so yeah. And maybe because of the heat, because most dryers use heat, and so you can't gas power something heat, it might be kind of dangerous, so maybe that's what it is. But any questions or anything, guys? None? Quiet group. All right. Well, thank y'all so much for coming on my tour. Go see the animals. We just had a baby goat. He's born today. Absolutely precious. So you should go see it. It's so sweet. But you can also pet the horses and stuff. They're amazing. Love them. So I hope y'all enjoy the rest of your day, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there any baby horses?
There's miniature horses. They're not babies, but they're mini.
So they adjust this too?
Yeah, that's how they would adjust it, is using that, like, that's how they adjust the fire. Like, you see fire, like, grows the oxygen. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, the pretty girl. Hello. Hi, Sarah.
Hi guys, come here. I'm Amish Village.
Okay, let's see.
Come here and look. That's a schoolhouse.
Let's go. Oh, learning. Go. Go inside. Woohoo! Who is the teacher? Inaya? You?
No one.
Who is the teacher?
No one.
Look. Oh. You are the student?
No. The teacher's not here, so that means I'm not a student.
This is the map. What is this, Inaya?
What's the map?
No, this one.
Oh, that's the furnace to keep the warm cold. Like an AC.
Oh. Let's see. Oh, look. What is this?
Or they were. Not the hot. That's the playground.
Oh. Inaya. Inaya. Okay, come.
That's the carriage. Those are the gear parts for the. Those are the gear parts to get the little carrots ready.
Oh. Over there? No, look.
Oh, that's the blacksmith shop.
Let's go. Oh, there's bird here.
True.
What is this, Naya?
Oh, I don't know what's that. I think it's a carpenter tool.
Oh, look.
That's the furnace. That's the cow. And those are the objects that is full of the first carriage.
Oh.
And now it's ruled by horses. Where is this other girl? What is that? This is the marketplace. Where you can buy stuff.
Come. এটাতে যাও।
That's the village store.
Let's see.
Hey, look. We come back right there.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Right?
Hmm? Ooh, thank you.
It's pretty.
Oh, there's a house I used to have.
Hello, Syra. Oh, Syra is here. Yes.
And the gift shop. Cara borrow.
I know. Papa, this is a pencil sharpener.
Everything. Oh, they cheap.
The pencil.
Pencil.
Oh. Is it work? Is it work? Ooh, look, the house.
This is nice, right?
Sorry, look at this one.
Let's go. Oh, more chicken. Sarina, look. Yes, second. Go, go, go. এদিকে. Come, come. Oh, look, chicken. Come here. Ina. Saira, look. Oh, 4. Come. Look. Yeah. Look. AJ. Look, this one big. Oh, this one beautiful. Inaya, look, this one beautiful, right? Yes.
Maybe those red as wings? Red as wings. No, when they walk.
Strawberry. a big cow. Come, Saira, come. Come. Oh, horsey, look. Oh, chicken, black chicken.
इधर आ जाओ भाई.
Come. This is twin? Ina, chicken. Inu, chicken. What? Hello. Hi, Sarah. Sarah, but hi, Sarah. Sarah, Inaya. Bye bye. Go, go, go. Go. Sarah. Look, wait. Oh, baby horse. Sarah, go, Serena, go. Go, go. Go, go. Oh, more chicken. Sarah, go. Come, come.
I would be too. That guy down there's one I'm scared of. He's got one out of
Hold on.
হ্যাঁ এনে দাও